Hey guys, so I get a lot of questions about the equipment I use to create the fine art prints that are on my online gallery. And so I thought I'd take a few minutes to walk through what I pack in my backpack when I hit the field. And so let me first say that, like a lot of photographers, I have collected lenses and all the accessories that are cool over the years. And I used to try to take as much gear as I could in the field with me. And I learned over time that all that did was hurt my back and shoulders because I didn't use most of it when I went out. And so I've really boiled this down to two lenses, and so primarily those two lenses are all I take in the field. I've got one other that we'll talk about as well. So let's jump into it. Um, First is the camera body. I use an Nikon D850, and I absolutely love this camera. It is, I think, the finest landscape camera on the market. It is a full frame DSLR, so the files are big. The files have all the information I need. I shoot raw when I am creating landscape photos, and so all the information I need to create the final print is captured. Um, it's getting long in the tooth. Uh, I might be moving to the Nikon Z9, which is it's a mirrorless, and it's Nikon's new flagship body. I hear a lot of good things about it, but this D850, it's bulletproof, it's tough, and it just keeps taking great photos. And so that is for now, that is my foundation for everything. Um, my money lens, the lens that probably is responsible for 90% of the photos on my gallery, is a Nikon 24 to 120 f4. Um, Really, really good lens. It's sharp. Uh, I really, really like this lens. It gives me that 24 millimeter, which is fairly wide, but it also gives me a medium zoom that I can reach out and sort of frame up things that are at a little distance if I need to. And again, probably 90% of the prints on my gallery are created with this 24 to 120. My favorite lens of all time is this 14 millimeter Sigma 14 millimeter art, and it is an amazing piece of glass. It has its limitations, so it's not. I don't use it every trip. Um, I don't use it every. I try to, but I don't use it all the time. I love it so much. I really do try to make up reasons to use it. Traditionally, ultra wides like this have had a lot of distortion that really limited the use of it. You had to be really careful when you used them. The Sigma folks have done something, and I don't know what, that removes most of that distortion, and it's fantastic. And so, if I want to get really close to a foreground object, if I've got a waterfall that is too big to be fully captured with the 24 millimeter, I can turn to this, and it's a great lens. And so those are the two lenses that every time I leave the truck are in my bag. The only other lens that I'll add sometimes, and I don't do this all the time, only when I am heading out and I think I might need to reach out a little bit more. Maybe I'm in the mountains and I may need to frame up a distant peak or something, is a Tamron 70 to 200 f2.8 G2 series lens. And I really do like it. I've beaten it up pretty good, probably going to replace it and move to the Nikon version. But a 70 to 200 f2.8 gives you a lot more reach if you need it. That does go in my bag, but seldom. Mainly it's these two lenses, the 14 and the 24 to 120, and that does most of what I need. Now, I also use filters, and I use the Benro Master Glass filters. I've got a 100 millimeter kit for the 24 to 120, and it actually will fit the 70 to 200 as well. And then I've got a kit for a 150 millimeter kit for the 14 millimeter. And what I love about the Benro system is the polarizer, which is a great polarizer, is integrated into the holders. And so this holder, the polarizer is in there, turns from the back, so you can do all your turning. But it doesn't take up a slot in the holder, and so I can stack. With this holder three lenses in front. I mean, three filters in front of it, and so I can really stack filters and create the effect I would like. And so the my money filters, the ones that I use all the time, are soft grads, and I've got a variety of strengths on the soft grads that I can choose from. The four stop is my go-to. I really like it, but I can even add a soft grad to if I need to feather in areas, and I do that a lot. And I use those. For instance, if I'm shooting sunrise or sunset, I can darken the sky and sort of equalize, level out that exposure so that the contrast between the sky and the foreground is not so great. And I've got that soft grads for both of these filter holders. I also have solid neutral density filters for both kits, and I use that to lengthen the exposure time. And so I can, instead of having splashes of water with a waterfall, I can lengthen the exposure and smooth out that water and get that nice creamy artistic look in water. You can get the drag the clouds in the sky in a scene to create drama there, and so I love those lenses. The Benro Master Glass, they're great, as it you would think it's glass filters, and they're wonderful. They're probably the best filters I've ever used, and I've used a few brands. The last thing is my tripod. I use, and my first exposure to Benro was with this tripod. It is a Mach 3 carbon fiber tripod, and man, I love this thing. It is a workhorse. It's light. I think it weighs a couple of pounds because of the carbon fiber. It's got one leg that'll come off, and I can use it as a walking stick if I need to, so I don't have to carry an extra stick with me. The column switches out between this long one and a short one that will allow me to open up the legs all the way, and it will get flat on the ground, and so I can get a real low angle if I need to. Really solid, well built tripod. Love it. And I've topped it with a Benro VX30 ball head. I've used a number of ball heads over the years, and this is my hands down favorite. The controls are intuitive. The knobs, when you lock everything down, it's tight. You don't have to worry about your equipment moving. And if you want to see a more detailed review of it, look in the description. I'll link over to it. Maybe I'll put one right here, and you can flip over, and I'll talk about all the features of this VX30, and I mean, you can't go wrong with it. The whole package weighs, I think it's 3.5, 4 pounds. I mean, it's really light, and so when I put it on my backpack, It doesn't add a lot of weight, and that weight becomes important. That's really why I've boiled down my landscape kit as much as possible, so that I'm not just wearing myself out hiking. And everything goes into a Shimoda um, backpack. And the Shimoda, which I wasn't sure I'd like this, but I really do. It's back access, and so you lay it on the ground and you open it up, and it's got room enough for everything I need in there. And it's waterproof, really tough. It's got great, robust, adjustable straps depending on how big you are. It's got chest straps. It's got hip straps, your waist straps, and so you can really sort of take that weight off your shoulders and be a little more comfortable when you hike. And it's got room enough for me to put all of this either inside or hang it on the outside and make a long hike in uh, to create the prints. And so that's it. If you have any questions, I hope this helps. Keep it simple, guys. You do not have to have a dozen lenses with you when you go out. Pick a couple that do what you need to do and learn how to use them and develop your style around that. And so I hope this helps. Comment if you have any questions.